here at the 2019 Panhellenic Scholarship Foundation Awards Gala, where 40 deserving students will receive $250,000 in scholarships. We are about to enjoy dinner, dancing, and we're going to speak to members of the Hellenic American community about their vision for the future. So we are with Panagiotis Vandris, 2019 Panhellenic Scholarship Award recipient. Panagiotis, welcome to Chicago.
Thank you.
And where are you from originally?
I'm from near Philadelphia in Pennsylvania, and my family is from Thessaloniki.
Thessaloniki? Very beautiful. Lefkos Pyrgos. And what are you studying at Stanford?
I'm a double major in biology and comparative literature, and I'm on a pre-medical track.
Very nice. And what does winning the Panhellenic Scholarship Foundation Award mean to you?
So being Greek is probably the most important part of my identity growing up. I've been inspired by so many Greek people, including my parents. Whatever I do academically or outside of school, it's always been looking at Greek people and understanding how I can sort of give back to the community. So it's just really meaningful for me to have the Greek community support my own academic and professional endeavors and ultimately support me so that I can go on to support the Greek community in the future.
And what are you looking forward to? How would you like to give back to the Greek community in the future?
Sure. So I am on the pre-medical track, so I'm hoping to go into medicine, hoping to stay engaged with the Greek community, sort of on a academic level, sort of connecting Greek researchers and academics across the country and internationally from Greece, having sort of visitors from Greece come to the university. I'm currently shadowing a doctor at Stanford who's Greek, and he always has visitors from the University of Athens who just come observe him and learn from him and go back to Greece to share their knowledge. So that's basically how I want to stay connected and give back.
So are you involved in any Hellenic clubs at Stanford?
Yeah, so what's nice about Stanford is that there's a Hellenic society that brings together undergraduates and graduates together. So there's Greeks like me who were born in the US and they were raised here. And then there's also undergrad Greeks who come from Greece for college, and then also grad students who did their bachelor's in Greece, and then they all come together. And then we also have all the Greek professors and researchers and academics who really like sort of teaching students and connecting with people from Greece and from America who are Greek. So the Hellenic Society, every year we always do something for Easter, a big party. They always do something for Christmas. And it's just really nice to have these events where the whole Greek community can come together across ages and just meet each other and sort of collaborate on projects even. So I don't know, that's been a really nice part of my college experience.
It's very important to kind of stick together and be part of the community, especially if we're Greeks in America. There are so few of us,
yeah, exactly.
But we are very involved.
That's right, exactly, yes.
Right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, we're with Mr. Yannis Manos. He is on the Board of Trustees at the Panhellenic Scholarship Foundation. Mr. Manos, how are you doing tonight?
Excellent. Kalispera. Thank you for being here.
Kalispera. We're very happy to be here. And so can you tell us a little bit about the importance to you of giving back to the Hellenic community, especially to the younger generation?
I can. First, let me say it's an honor to be here. It's a blessing to be here. I met the founder of this organization, Mr. Chris Tomaras, many years ago. And as I became closer to the organization, I found out more what it did, everything it supported, and what good they do for the Greek American students nationwide. It started at that time locally, and then we went national. So upon his passing, I had the honor of being one of the trustees, along with Robert Bueller and Tom Sotos, that kind of coordinates the board and the advisory board and everybody involved with the organization. So it's been such an honor and a pleasure to really see it grow, see the students coming in nationally from the East Coast to the West Coast, north all the way down south to Texas, and seeing the academics that these kids really come in from. We have a standard of X amount of grades and ratings that they have on their academic ranking. And then I see the kids that apply, and it's like, amazing to me where they really all belong, and they really should all get scholarships. And that's our goal, is to grow this thing and continue to increase the amount of scholarships that we get.
And this year we have how many scholarships?
Every year the Panhellenic gives 40 scholarships 20 are $10,000 academic-based scholarships, and the other 20 are just academic for the $2,500. So, it's $250,000. We're over $3.2 million now, over 500 students in the last 12 some odd years.
So you are continuing Mr. Tomara's vision and mission into the future.
Indeed.
And I think it's safe to say that this is one of the premier events for the Greek American community here, not only in Chicago, but nationally.
So, and that's one of the things that I really appreciate about our trustees, about our current board and the advisory board, is we've managed to bring in people from Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., Florida, California, Salt Lake City. And that's, I think, been one of the treasures where, we really expect this thing to grow that much more and to have the ability to have chapters in the East Coast, on the West Coast.
And the academic scholarships are available nationally to students, correct?
They are. They apply nationally. You have to be, at some point, some connection, of Greek descent. And so the Greek American kids can apply from all over.
All right, we are here with Mr. Robert Buehler, chairman of the Panhellenic Scholarship Foundation. Mr. Buehler, good evening.
Good evening.
So the Panhellenic Scholarship Foundation was launched in 2002, and it's offered over $3.2 million in scholarships to many students across the nation.
Over 500 tonight.
Over 500 tonight?
Right.
Okay. Well, that's great.
That is.
That's a great accomplishment. And it was started in, like we said, 2002 by Mr. Chris Tomaras.
Correct.
Could you let us know how you are continuing his vision and mission today as the chairman?
Sure. This evening we are going to be launching an addition to our mentoring program, which was new about 2 years ago. Today we did our third mentoring session at luncheon, and we're going to be announcing tonight internships. So besides mentoring, we're going to try to find internships for our Panhellenic scholars and our alumni, because there's probably nothing, mentoring's good, but if you get a good internship with a good company, it's really a big step to that first job.
That can make all the difference.
Make all the difference. So we're going to work on that. We've worked with 15 companies. You'll see them announced tonight. Everybody wants a Panhellenic scholar. They know they're good kids. They know they're smart students. They know they've got good Hellenic values. They've got good ethical values, and they're hardworking. And so it's a pretty simple thing. We just need to plug into companies and show in our students and get a relationship going.
Okay, was that inspired at all by THI's Regeneration Initiative, perhaps? Because I know that they're working with providing
I don't know.
internships.
I don't know. We just said, look, we like the mentoring, and kids are learning a lot of the mentoring. But what mentoring after this event, mentors generally keep up with the scholars at the table. They're supposed to keep up with them for about a year, but sometimes it falls off. So we wanted to take it one step further, and everybody said, look, the best thing is a good internship. Good internships lead to good jobs. So I don't know if it was inspired by others. This is just what our board kind of came up with.
And through internships, you also get the experience, hands-on experience in the real workforce. That's perfect.
Exactly.
So that's a very exciting announcement that we're going to hear
that'll be
tonight.
tonight.
So, very well said. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, we are here with Mr. Thomas Adams, who goes back, way back with the Messinian. Pan-Messinian.
Yeah, that was the first scholarship that Mr. Tomaras started, and then it changed to the Panhellenic.
Right. And now you are currently on the advisory board for the Panhellenic. And what do you do as part of the advisory board?
Well, we give advice, I guess. Our whole purpose is to promote the event, and I think that this is the most noteworthy Greek event that we have, a Greek foundation across the United States, because it provides scholarships for all the students and the people that need.
So as a first-generation Greek American born here in the United States, how important would you say it is to keep true to our roots and stay connected as Greek Americans to each other?
Well, I think it's very important. I think that we need to be like all the other ethnic groups that are pro their ethnicity, and we need to be pro-Greek because that's our ethnicity. I think it's very important. Either we're first, second, third generation. My children all speak Greek fluently, and they're all involved with all Greek organizations, and I think that's the way it should be maintained.
So would you say that speaking Greek is actually one of the most important things that one could do to remain connected to their culture?
It's not only the speaking Greek, it's the Greek religion, the Greek ethnicity, the Greek heritage that we have. there's many different things. Speaking is only one of the very few things, but yeah, speaking is also important for me.
Okay, we are here with Mr. and Mrs. Bousis, longtime supporters of the American Hellenic community here in Chicago. Mr. and Mrs. Bousis, welcome.
Hi, it's wonderful being here with you tonight.
Καλησπέρα, θέλω να πω πολλά συγχαρητήρια σε όλα τα παιδιά που είναι εδώ σήμερα. Να είναι πάντα καλά.
Thank you. And what do you look forward to tonight, Mrs. Bousis?
I look forward to seeing the future. And all these children are our future for our community and for our country here.
We're here with Dr. Peter Panton, who has been part of the Panhellenic Scholarship Foundation Advisory Board for about 5 years now.
That's correct.
Dr. Panton, how has your experience been so far?
Well, I think this is a wonderful event, and it's for such an important cause. Educating our youth, there's nothing more important for our society, for our culture, for our heritage, than educating the next generation.
And what do you hope that these students will gain from tonight other than the monetary value of this scholarship?
Well, I think that's important for them to understand their ethnic roots, the cultural roots, the importance that Greece has paid in the development of virtually every field of study. I'm in the field of medicine. Well, we date that to the founder of Hippocrates. We have music and theater and politics and law, and all of them date to the ancient Greeks.
And art and theater? Yeah, like
All of the above. All of the above. So you can't think of any kind of scientific, academic, or humanistic discipline that wasn't founded by the ancient Greeks.
We are very lucky to have that heritage.
It is an unbelievable heritage, and we're very fortunate to have it, and it's our responsibility to carry on that tradition, not just now, but for generations to come. And I think it's important for our young people to appreciate the struggles that their parents, grandparents, and great-grandparents had when they originally came to this country, and now they can benefit from the fruits of all those labors. I've been involved a number of years, and we now have students that are attending virtually every university in the United States, and that's a tribute to to themselves and to the Greek American community as a whole.
Very well said. Thank you very much for your time.
Our pleasure. Thank you.
Okay, we're here with Mr. John Koudounis, former Panhellenic Scholarship Foundation Paradigm Award recipient. Mr. Koudounis, welcome tonight.
Thank you very much. It's a fantastic event. It's a great cause. I was part of the mentoring process today, and we had a nice lunch. We had several of the recipients of the awards, and so it's a great cause that they're being able to help the kids that need the help financially, and also honor the kids that do well, even if they don't need the finance for it. They still should be honored if they've done and excelled in school.
That's right, because it's not only the monetary assistance, but it's also an honor to be a Panhellenic Scholarship Foundation Award recipient. So what do you look forward to tonight?
Well, I look forward to seeing and meeting some more kids. I met a whole bunch of them this afternoon, and it's always great. They're really eager to learn, to be mentored, to take the next steps, and it's nice to see the Greek Americans continue to do well, and it's very important that we continue these traditions.
And of course, you're also looking forward to some Greek dancing, I'm assuming, tonight.
Well, we might have to hit the dance floor too, yes.
Okay, because there's no Greek event without some Greek dance.
Exactly.
All right, well, thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your night, and we hope to see you again.
Thank you. Harika.
We're here with the beautiful Evgenia Gelopoulou, 2019 Panhellenic Scholarship recipient. Evgenia, welcome.
And the beautiful Anthi.
Ευχαριστώ πολύ.
Welcome. Thank you so much.
So you go to Boston University.
Yes, I do.
Okay, and you are from Greece, right?
Yes, 100% Greek.
100% Greek, directly from Greece.
Yes,
And you are now
directly.
studying in Boston University. What are you studying?
I study biomedical engineering.
Bravo.
And I'm going to medical school after this. I just learned yesterday.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
And congratulations, of course, for being a recipient tonight. So what does it mean to you to be a Panhellenic Scholarship recipient?
This Panhellenic Award is really an honor, and it means so much to me because it's connected to my Greek heritage. And you can imagine it's my first 2 years in a different country, and now I get to have an award, and I feel this support from other Greek people. And I see this every day in Boston. Like I meet so many professors, so many different people, and other Greek Americans that they can truly support me.
So you feel welcome here in the United States by the Greek Americans, I guess. Well, that's very good. It's good to have a support.
You know, I feel this different vibe that Greek people have, and this friendliness and this interest to get to know you for real and help you out. Yeah.
And do you miss home?
Yes, of course I do miss home. Yeah.
What do you miss the most about being home?
My family, my other family members, and my friends. Yes.
What do you look forward to now that you are here in the United States and you're studying and you're going to complete your studies here? What do you look forward to?
I'm really curious to see what I will end up doing as a career because, you know, medicine has many different fields and pathways. And I hope I will keep in touch with Greece and never forget about my country. And I'm still optimistic about going back and really making a difference.
Well, I hope that comes true, that happens. So thank you very much for your time.
Thank you too.
All right, we're here with Basil Manikas. Basil, welcome to the Panhellenic Scholarship Foundation Awards Gala.
Thank you. Very happy to be here and excited.
So what are you looking forward to tonight?
I'm especially looking forward to the wonderful speaker that we have. She's phenomenal and she's got a lot of experience behind her. So I'm looking to see what I could take away from her speech. She's going to be tremendous out there.
And you were also present at the mentorship luncheon earlier today.
Yes.
Right? Did you get to speak to mentors?
I loved it. I spoke to many mentors. There's a lot of cool and interesting people out there, and you never know when a connection can be made down the line or right now. And I had a really good time.
All right, we are here with Mr. and Mrs. Iliopoulos. Welcome.
Thank you.
Mr. Iliopoulos, you were a mentor earlier today at the THI mentorship luncheon. Would you tell us a little bit about the importance of mentorship in today's society, especially for the young people who are still in undergraduate studies?
Absolutely. Today was really special for me to be invited to that event because I've been very fortunate over the years to have multiple mentors, not only when I was younger, right out of school in my early 20s, but even to this very day. And mentorship comes from everywhere. It's not necessarily your boss or somebody older with more experience, but it could also be another peer from another industry or somebody that you went to school with. And the thing that I shared with the students today was to constantly be curious, to be asking a lot of questions, to be sponges of information, even if you think you know everything, to try to learn more. And I was also a little selfish because Angela and I have 3 little girls who are 6, 4, and 10 months old. And I want our young men and women from our community to grow and aspire and become successful so that they can mentor our children one day down the road.
That's definitely how it works. And Mrs. Iliopoulos, what are you looking forward to tonight?
I'm really looking forward to hearing my cousin Martina speak tonight. She's an inspiration. I think she's a great mentor. So I'm really looking forward to that and to hear the scholarship awards.
And of course to Greek dance tonight.
Of course, of course.
Sure. Angela can dance really well.
Yeah,
okay, well, we will be seeing you inside then.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, we are here with Mr. Dean Maragos, attorney for the Greektown Tax Commission. Mr. Maragos, it's a pleasure having you here tonight.
I'm very honored to be here tonight. Chris Tamaros is a great philanthropist and was a great man and was a friend. And I can say without equivocation, his legacy is this organization. And it is a legacy of the future, since we're here to help our youth, both scholastically and in every way we can, to achieve the highest or the best that they can be. And that was Chris's model. As you know, before he died, he donated $500,000 to all of the scholars that year. And I'm very honored to be here on behalf of the Greektown Tax Commission and the Greektown community. And I'm very honored to be here for Chris Tamaros. The person receiving the award, Martina Kolokotronis, is a cousin of mine. And I'm especially happy and proud of her and her successes. And may all women of Greek descent be as successful as I'm sure they will be through her success and her being a model for Greek American women and men.
Very well said. Thank you very much. Is there something you would like to update us on for for Greektown?
Yes.
About Greektown?
Greektown right now, as you know, is almost done with almost completed the construction for the roads, which is going to enliven the restaurants again. We've been very active in marketing. We have been doing artwork in Greektown. We're going to be commemorating the Elysian Field, which is going to be a park on the southwest corner of Van Buren and Halsted. Currently, the temple is there, but we're going to make it a full park and call it Elysian Fields, as the ancient Greeks would have.
So the park is going to be behind the temple, or is the temple going away?
No, the temple's going to be there. It's going to be behind the temple. They're actually going to put more earth to make it a full park, and it's going to be a beautiful design. And as we all know, Elysian Fields is where the ancient Greeks thought was heaven. So if anybody wants to come to the Elysian Fields and relax, we welcome them.
Well, that will be a great addition to Greektown. It will make the place more green.
Green, sustainable, and also to commemorate the zenith and the Greek heritage, which we're very proud.
I'm sure it will be very well received. Okay, we're here with Mr. Tassos Chronopoulos, a longtime board member at the Panhellenic Scholarship Foundation. Mr. Chronopoulos, welcome.
Thank you.
Could you tell us a little bit about how important you think it is to support the youth in America now that they are pursuing a higher education?
This is the most important thing a Greek American can do if he wishes to preserve the culture and help our young people elevate themselves to their potential.
And what is your wish for these students here tonight? What do you wish that they do in the future?
First of all, I want them to finish school. And at the same time, never forget from where they came from. We all have come from families that they have worked very hard to bring us to where we are at. We have the most beautiful history among all nations, going back thousands of years. We have lessons from the ancient Greeks to keep us going. And there is nothing wrong with being able to be proud of your nationality or from where you came from. But the most important thing for me and for this association is to help young people reach their potential and then follow with them and help them get higher and higher.
And hopefully they will perform the same.
And you know, if they can remember how they got here and turn their attention also to the next generations and help them too, it will be great. But our mission for this, for the Panhellenic Scholarship Foundation, is to help young people who are immersed in learning to grow and become the examples of the next generation without losing faith, our religion, without selling our language as if it's not important. Greek is very important, because I can tell you that wherever I have traveled in the world, the Greek language, especially in science, is absolute. I don't care if you go to Mexico, Canada, United States, Iceland, they use Greek words to describe things that happen to people. The word philosophy is global and came out from the mouths of people that they did not know if there was water to travel around the earth. There is so much. We must be proud of our heritage. And that heritage, we cannot sell it in blue jeans. Okay? We have to sell it in our mind, through our knowledge and our service to the other people.
we definitely have much to be thankful for being part of the Greek American community and being Greeks ourselves, Hellenes.
Absolutely.
We have much inspiration to look back to and to look forward to.
There is nothing wrong to say I'm a Greek American. I will give you a little story to help you out. When I came here in 1960 to go to school, I met one of the best newspaper guys in Chicago. His name was Irv Kapsenet. They have a monument of him on Lakeshore Drive. And when I told him I was studying engineering, he says to me, "You are lying, all Greeks have restaurants." Years ago, when I received an award from the city of Chicago, he was sitting in front of me on a table when I was receiving the award. And he says to me, "Really, you are an engineer?" And I said to him, "Yes, Mr. Kapsenet, I am, and we have great restaurants with great food that are giving you all the help you can get without going to the drugstore. Keep going to the Greek restaurant. We always have good food." So from that point in 1960 to today, where we have aerospace engineers, we have doctors, we have attorneys, we have bankers, we have all kinds of things. Your generation has to follow through. Follow through and keep learning. Without knowledge, we have nothing to do in life.
Right, and it's never too late to learn. You need to keep learning as long as you live.
You can be 40 years old and you can still learn.
You could be 100 years old.
Absolutely. You know what? All of our, from Socrates to Archimedes to Plato, none of them went to college. But look what they created. So let's use our brains and our willingness to learn from others and get rid of the egotism and be somehow, some way more boastful and learn. Learn even from our children, because you guys know more than I do about your generation.
Mr. Chronopoulos, you have been a longtime supporter of the Greek American community. What is your vision for the Greek American community at large?
The future of the Greek American community, it will depend in your generation. What I mean by that, we have to start participating in Greek community events. And that starts from the church. When we used to go to church and build the churches in Chicago, we knew each other. So we said, Tasso, Costa, Nico, Yanni, help to build the church. Now the church has changed, because you guys go into church and then leave, and they don't get together. So the only school that we have right now is the church. The church also has schools that the Greek community support, and also has media like yours. The media that you have, in order to be able to survive and give the news to everybody, the business community must be able to support it. Otherwise, nothing happens. What's happening now, though, is that because we have the museum, we have the churches, we have the newspapers, we have the television, and it's only one hufta of people that they can support everything. So your generation, with all the knowledge that you have, with all the education that you have, if you can think of yourselves 30% Greeks and 70% everything else, then we'll be able to survive and keep it going. Just like the Greek town is disappearing, the Greek community is going to disappear if your generation and the business community will not support it. There is nothing difficult to support a TV station in Chicago like the Mexicans do if the Greek business people participate. There is no reason for a church not to have money to pay the electricity if the Greek people do not participate.
Especially since the Hellenic population and Greek population, they're very successful in
Absolutely.
general.
We are not anymore looking from the government to give us money to eat. We have money to give to other people to eat. So the Greek community, your generation, has to have a revolution and say, no more of this. We have to have the Greek American television. We have to have the Greek American newspaper. We have to have a church. We can play baseball. We know how to play baseball. We don't lose our ethnicity for playing baseball or listen to good music. We have to have picnics. Your generation, not the old people that they say, I'm tired of it. You have to put your shoulders behind the wheel and get it done. And then, at the same time, the business community in the United States is profitable. They are not going to bleed anything by giving a few dollars to the church, to television, to the newspapers, to societies for the exposure of the Greek idea. There's so much we can do if you guys start raising your voice. Okay?
Very well said, and thank you very much for that. We're here with Ms. Anastasia Zvigos, a member of the Panhellenic Scholarship Foundation Board, and together with her husband John and through Fresh Farms, they donate scholarships to the Panhellenic Scholarship Foundation. Mrs. Zvigos, it's very nice to see you tonight. Are you enjoying yourself?
Very much so. It's always a beautiful event. The scholars are the highlight of the evening, and we're very, very proud of them. And it's just nice to be part of a vibrant Hellenic organization.
And can you tell us personally, why do you give back to the Hellenic community, and especially these scholarships for young students? What is important for you?
I like to celebrate our Hellenic youth. I think we have great talent. I think our children are destined to do great things because they come from families that believe in, they have great faith, and our values from our parents and generation before us, we hope to instill in them. And it's just nice to support and promote and encourage them to do great things and eventually give back.
And what is your wish for these students and the youth today?
Much health, happiness, and of course, reach for the sky, as they have been.
Very well said. Thank you very much. All right, we're here with Mr. Ilias Matakis, longtime supporter of the Panhellenic Scholarship Foundation. He is counsel for the foundation and host of the cocktail reception for the scholarship recipients.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure to host them when they first come to Chicago. We talked as a board that this weekend should be about networking. It should be about building a connection that will transform them. We honor them for what they've achieved, but we feel that if they feel an identity both to the foundation and to each other, that they will accomplish unlimited things.
What is your hope for the next generation?
Well, my prayer for the next generation is that they will apply all their energy and all their skills to essentially improve mankind's condition. They do it in art, they do it in science, they do it in engineering, and they do it in education, and they're amazing.
And being a Greek American yourself, what do you believe is a unique characteristic of a Greek American?
I think that our rich culture from, the golden age is such that we live the examined life, and that means that we consider our communities, we honor our families, we honor our God, and in that way we essentially build something that transcends our humble skills.
We are here with Mrs. Martina Kolokotronis, CEO of the Sacramento Kings, and tonight's Paradigm Award recipient. Ms. Kolokotronis, how do you feel?
I feel wonderful. I'm so honored to be the recipient of the Paradigma Award for the Panhellenic Society.
And as a mother of students yourself, what is your wish for the young people here tonight?
I always tell my children, build your foundation and then be bold and be curious in life.
Can you tell us a little bit about your story? It was very inspirational. You didn't start off in sports, but it happened kind of out of nowhere, and now you're here. So
Yes, I was born in Chicago. I moved to Sacramento and I went to law school. And as a youngster, my Greek heritage was very important to me. So we studied Greek and we studied our heritage and our culture. In 1996, when my oldest was 3 and my daughter was 18 months, I was 6 months pregnant with my third child. And the phone rang. And it was the general manager of the Sacramento Kings, and he asked me if I spoke Greek and if I was a lawyer. And of course said yes. So Greek school and law school paid off. And I was offered a job with the organization, and 23 years later, here I am.
And that definitely changes life. So that is an example of how, someone can take a route that they did not expect in their life. And it turned out great for you.
Yeah, you never know what life's going to bring. So you have to be open to possibilities.
As a first-generation Greek, can you tell us a little bit about the importance of Hellenic heritage?
My parents came here with no wealth and no education. And one of the most important things they wanted us to learn was about their heritage so that we could stay connected to the patrida, their home. And it was really, really important that we go to Greek school, that we learn how to read and write Greek, and that we travel to Greece. And also a sense of community and heritage and culture. So those are the things that tie our family together.
Okay, I'm with a group of great young people here tonight who studied abroad in Greece thanks to the Panhellenic Scholarship Foundation. Your names?
Avanthia Nas.
Jonathan Mitchell.
Nicole Christakis.
Despina Svikas.
Okay, and can you tell us a little bit about your experience?
So our experience was pretty amazing. It was great just being one of 15 recipients, going to Greece, being in Thessaloniki, and meeting a bunch of great people that eventually became family and created lifelong friendships with the foundation as well.
And for you, what was your highlight, though?
Yeah, I mean, just being able to participate in the inaugural trip and get to meet lifelong friends here that, having the opportunity to go over to Greece for the first time, because none of us had before, it was an eye-opening experience that stayed with us a lifetime.
Okay, and you two, all 4 of you actually, are here to support the event tonight. Are you volunteers?
Yes, we're volunteers.
Okay.
We've been volunteering for the past 2 or 3 years now. Yeah, since we've went on the trip to Greece together, and it's been great. We love staying involved. It's great to keep up with everybody, and love coming back to support and help.
And what has been one of the highlights as a volunteer here?
Highlights as a volunteer, just kind of like helping plan and really being involved from like the beginning to end is definitely one of the best things. And it's at the end, you get a really good feeling that you helped out such a great community and a great cause.
You get the backstage experience, working hard, and finally it pays off.
Yes.
You have a great time at the end of the night. Very well. Is there something you would like to share about your experience in Greece? Was it your first time there?
It was my first time in Greece. I'm one of 4 siblings, so my family never really went to Greece growing up. So it's quite the experience for me to actually go back and see where my great-grandparents grew up.
And what is one of your most memorable experiences then? Going to your grandparents' χωριό?
Yes, going to the village was really emotional. Relatives definitely think I look like relatives that have come and passed, and it's just like very heartwarming and such a good environment.
Have you been back since?
I have not. I'm planning on going next year.
Very well. And you? What is your a highlight of your experience there?
Well, I got to go with my sister. We both won the scholarship to go together, so that was even more special for me. Just being able to see, I think the Parthenon was most special for me, being able to see that for the first time. And all the trips we took together, we got to go to Turkey to see the ancient site of Troy, and I loved that. Just really all being together and experiencing it all for the first time together.
So it sounds like it was a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Oh, it absolutely was. It was.
And are you planning on going back?
I would love to, yes, hopefully soon.
Great, very nice. Well, it was nice having you here tonight. Thank you very much for joining us and hope to see you next year. Είμαστε με τον κύριο Θανάση Τσίτσα, ανταποκριτής στο Αντένα, στη Νέα Υόρκη συγκεκριμένα. Κύριε Τσίτσα, welcome.
Ευχαριστούμε για τη φιλοξενία. Ο Antenna Satellite
έχει έρθει εδώ από την περασμένη Τετάρτη και καλύπτει μια σειρά από events. Γνωρίζει την ελληνοαμερικανική κοινότητα στο Σικάγο. Ήθελε να έρθει εδώ και πάρα πολύ καιρό. Βρήκε λοιπόν αυτή την ευκαιρία. Γνωρίζει τον κόσμο του, γνωρίζει τα σχολεία του, γνωρίζει τις εκκλησίες του, γνωρίζει τους ανθρώπους του. Παραβρέθηκε σήμερα στο Panhellenic Scholarship Foundation και είδε τη σημαντική προσπάθεια που κάνουν όλοι αυτοί οι άνθρωποι να διατηρήσουν τον ελληνισμό στα σπίτια τους. Διότι ο ελληνισμός διατηρείται μέσω της εκπαίδευσης. Και η εκπαίδευση νομίζω ότι είναι το πρώτο και κυριότερο για να συνεχίσει ο ελληνισμός την πορεία του στις ΗΠΑ. Όπως έχει πει και ο Αρχιεπίσκοπος, ο πρώην Αρχιεπίσκοπος, είμαστε στην 5η-6η γενιά και η κοινότητα αυτή επιβιώνει, ζει και θα ζήσει σε σχέση με άλλες κοινότητες οι οποίες έχουν πεθάνει.
Φυσικά και μέσω της παρακολούθησης των ελληνικών καναλιών μας.
Ναι, εμείς είμαστε ένα κανάλι το οποίο έχει δραστηριοποιείται από το 1992. Έχουμε τα δορυφορικά προγράμματα, έχουμε δικό μας τοπικό πρόγραμμα σε παναμερικανικό επίπεδο. Είμαστε σε όλες τις πλατφόρμες και προσπαθούμε να καλύψουμε τις δραστηριότητες, τα γεγονότα, τις αγωνίες όλων αυτών των ξενιτεμένων ανθρώπων που ήρθαν πάρα πολλά χρόνια πριν και έστησαν τις ζωές τους εδώ, έκαναν περιουσίες και τώρα τα παιδιά τους, τα εγγόνια τους συνεχίζουν να αισθάνονται Έλληνες. Εμείς αυτό θέλουμε να προβάλλουμε τον ελληνισμό που ζει και εργάζεται και μεγαλουργεί στις ΗΠΑ.
Πολύ ωραία. Ευχαριστούμε πάρα πολύ για την υποστήριξή σας. Και τι θέλετε να μας πείτε για το Σικάγο? Είναι η πρώτη σας φορά εδώ?
Με το Σικάγο έχω μια ιδιαίτερη σχέση, γιατί εδώ ήρθε ο παππούς μου το 1907 από ένα χωριό της Τρίπολης, 17 χρονών. Έκανε μια μικρή περιουσία, ξαναγύρισε στην Ελλάδα τη δεκαετία του 30 και με αυτή την περιουσία μπορούσαν να σπουδάσουν 5 άνθρωποι. Για μένα είναι πάρα πολύ συγκινητικό να βρίσκομαι σε μια εκδήλωση που δίνουν υποτροφίες παλιοί μετανάστες σε νέα παιδιά που τους βοηθούν να συνεχίσουν τις σπουδές τους. Το Σικάγο για μένα είναι μια ιδιαίτερη πόλη, διότι εδώ είναι ένα κομμάτι της οικογένειάς μου, ένα κομμάτι από τις ρίζες μου.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Panhellenic Scholarship Foundation's 2019 Awards Ceremony and Gala. Join us in welcoming tonight's MCs, Panhellenic alumni Christina Moninidis and Tim Yanistos.
Metropolitan Nathaniel, dignitaries, and honored guests, welcome.
We're honored to have you for our 2019 annual award ceremony for the Panhellenic Scholarship Foundation.
I'm Christina Munoz. I received the Panhellenic Scholarship Award nearly 14 years ago, back when I was studying political theory and classics at the University of Michigan. In other words, formalizing my lifelong training for my Baba in Plato's Republic. The Panhellenic Scholarship Foundation was just beginning, and to see how it has evolved over time from my class of 10 recipients to what you see tonight of 40 is inspiring, but also in its impact. It's like we've grown up together and it's the older sibling showing me all that can be achieved. Just a really, really overachieving older sibling. For my part, I have sought to continue the momentum from receiving the Panhellenic Scholarship Award. The day of my graduation from Michigan, I drove down to Washington, D.C. to begin clerking in the White House Counsel's office. This was an unreal and very humbling introduction to law before I began at Yale Law School that fall. I then worked in big law in Los Angeles as a corporate attorney for 4 years. And while my focus was investment funds, my mitada made sure that I was doing pro bono work for the local Greek Orthodox Church. I then made a career change, which is something I hope none of you will be afraid to do because you have the support of the Panhellenic Scholarship Foundation behind you. My change was away from law into media. I became chief of staff of the Huffington Post, and ultimately Head of Strategy and Innovation for the News Division under Verizon. After several years in news, I'm currently taking time in Athens, Greece, because the draw of the roots of the homeland has proven to be more than a college major and something I want to remain fundamental to my life. There, I am studying Greek and working as an executive in residence for an Athens-based venture capital firm to help build the Greek startup ecosystem. In addition to being a Panhellenic alum, I am honored to serve on the board of the Hellenic American Chamber of Commerce and as a new leader for the Hellenic Initiative. And with that, here is my amazing co-MC.
Thank you, Christina. My name is Tim Benitez. Good evening, everyone. I thought I would start off with a joke, but then I realized it would be enough of a joke to say my bio right after Christina. I received the Panhellenic Scholarship in 2016 as a sophomore enrolled at the University of Texas at Austin. I graduated recently in May of 2018 with a degree in computer science, and since then, I've been working for Amazon's finance technology team in Seattle as a software engineer. This summer, I'll be doing research full-time, combining my disparate interests of applying machine learning to ancient texts. And in the fall, I'll be returning to school to pursue my master's degree in computer science at Stanford University. Christina and I are very honored to be your Mistress and Master of Ceremonies, and on behalf of the Panhellenic Scholarship Foundation, we're very honored for your attendance here tonight. Today, we'll have the opportunity of awarding our 2019 scholarship recipients, as well as our 2019 Paradigm Award winner, Mrs. Martina Kolokotronis.
Tonight, each of us is helping fulfill the dream of the founder of the Panhellenic Scholarship Foundation, Chris P. Tamaris. Whose blessed memory we are honored to remember. He was passionate about education, and we are advancing his vision by recognizing and celebrating 40 of the nation's brightest Greek Americans. Thank you for joining us this evening.
Now it's time to turn our attention to the highlight of tonight's event, the presentation of our awards for our scholarship recipients.
But before we begin the ceremony, we will have a member of the academic committee say a few words. Please help us in welcoming Dr. Tassos Maliadis, a world-renowned economist who is the Walter F. Mulledy Senior Professor of Economics and Finance at Loyola University, Chicago.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, kalispera σας. The first year Panhellenic offered the scholarship was 2002. Very few students applied, 2 were selected, and the amount that was distributed was $10,000. 17 years later, during early 2019, 600 applications were opened, with 200 fully completed and reviewed. The Academic Committee of the Panhellenic Scholarship Foundation has 7 members and has selected 40 truly outstanding recipients, all with GPAs between 3.7 and 4.0. The review of each application takes about 5 hours. You may wonder what we do during those 5 hours. We have complete information about the school and its ranking, the major, the performance. We have 2 academic letters of recommendation. We have 2 recommendations from special activities. We have long essays. And all of these are reviewed and weighted accordingly. And the committee is very, very grateful to Professor Konstantin Georgiakis, who over the past several years has perfected the process. And actually this year we do not find any dimension that is missing to further improve the process. And we are also thankful to Peter Korbakis, who serves as Director of Scholarships, and he's in charge of accumulating all this material that we review. I would like at this point to recognize the members of the academic committee, the symbolic number 7, which means perfection. They are Anita Skarpathiotis, she's the committee chair, lecturer in modern Greek at the University of Illinois in Chicago. Leah Alexopoulos, lecturer at Heart Lake Forest College. Thanasis Economou, PhD, senior scientist at Rincon Fermi Institute of the University of Chicago. Anastasia Yanakidou, PhD, professor of linguistics, University of Chicago. Sophia Spondoulis Mitchell, Masters of Fine Arts, music educator. Professor Gregory Prastakos, PhD, Dean, School of Business, Stevens Institute of Technology, and myself, and I'm completing my 46th year teaching at Loyola University, Chicago, Economics and Finance. Tonight, we are distributing $250,000 to 40 recipients. When we add this class of 2019 recipients to all past ones, Panhellenic has selected over the past 17 years a total of 494 truly remarkable individuals and has distributed a total sum of $3.25 million. We are grateful for the generosity of Chris Tomaras and numerous equally remarkable benefactors, and we appreciate deeply the leadership of Bob Euler for making all of this possible. I have to say something about Homer to conclude. Homer was the educator of Greeks. His heroes had a central aspiration, and it comes to all of us through many, many centuries. And in Iliad, this aspiration is very, very briefly described. In Greek it says, Ein Aristevin kei pyrochon emene alon. And the translation is, always to be the best. And since we Greeks are very competitive, and to rise above others. This is what drives Panhellenic. Thank you for your presence here tonight.
Thank you, Dr. Maliaris. It's a pleasure to be with you tonight. And on behalf of the trustees, board of directors, and all of us at the Panhellenic Scholarship Foundation, I would like to express our most sincere gratitude for all of your support. Thank you. I now call our trustee, Mr. Robert Bueller, to the stage with Dr. Maliaris to present the awards to our outstanding recipients. It is through the vision of our beloved founder, Chris P. Tamaras, that as of tonight, we have awarded, as the doctor said a little earlier, over $3,250,000 in scholarships to over 500 Greek American undergraduate students. In honor of Mr. Tamaris, we will begin our award ceremony by presenting the first three recipients with the Chris P. Tamaris Memorial Scholarship made possible by the endowment established after his passing. The first recipient of the Chris P. Tamaris Memorial Scholarship is Panagiotis Vandris.
Panos is a sophomore at Stanford University, majoring in biology and comparative literature. He plans to obtain a master's degree in epidemiology and clinical research and an MD, PhD to pursue a career as a clinician scientist. He's an AP scholar, a National Merit Scholar, a research fellow in the sciences and humanities at Stanford, and an active volunteer for pediatric and adult care patient programs.
The second Chris P. Tamaris Memorial Scholarship goes to Alexander Velas.
Alexander is currently a sophomore at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign-Keys College of Business, studying accountancy and operations management. On campus, he's an active member of the Orthodox Christian Fellowship and Hellenic American Student Organization. He's the co-host of Take It Away, a weekly radio talk show on WPGU 107.1 FM, and he's also a member of the professional business fraternity Phi Chi Theta.
The third Chris P. Tamaris Memorial Scholarship goes to Evangelos Zarkatas.
Evangelos is a history and political science major at the University of Maine at Prescott Isle. He plans to pursue his master's in classical studies with specialization in ancient Greek archaeology, linguistics, and culture. Evangelos' dream is to teach and through his future studies have a positive effect on the course of history and the world of ancient Greek civilization.
The next two scholarships we will award tonight have been made possible through an endowment established by Mr. Tamaris' late sister, Helen Tamaris Aston. We honor his loving and devoted sister by awarding the Helen Tamaris Aston Memorial Scholarship to Sofia Zervas.
Sophia is a senior at the University of Colorado in Boulder, double majoring in piano and voice performance. She recently won CU's Anderson Voice Competition and received the prestigious Presser Award. This spring, Sophia looks forward to presenting a lecture on Ravel's piano suite, Miroirs, and playing Fliora in Britten's opera, The Turn of the Screw.
The second Helen Tamaris Aston Memorial Scholarship goes to Michael Ziamandis.
Michael is a senior at the University of Albany, majoring in psychology with a double minor in biology and neuroscience. He currently conducts research at UA Albany, where he studies the link between insulin signaling in the brain and type 2 diabetes mellitus. Michael is also a mentor for Big Brothers and Big Sisters, and he aspires to go to medical school to become a physician for the United States Army.
The Elman J. Bornstein Memorial Scholarship, given by Rula Elekiotou, goes to Fotini Anastopoulos.
Fotini is a junior at Harvard, where she studies psychology. She's president of the Hellenic Society, chair of a nonprofit, and marketing manager for the Harvard Yearbook. She enjoys dancing and choreography for dance companies. Fotini has been named an Illinois State Scholar and an AP Scholar with distinction. She's received the President's Service Award and the Congressional Award for Service.
The Paul Basil Javeras Scholarship, given by Barbara Javeras, goes to Evgenia Angelopoulos.
Evgenia is a sophomore studying biomedical engineering at Boston University. While in high school, she received a full scholarship for the International Baccalaureate program and was selected salutatorian of her graduating class. Evgenia is on the university's Dean list and an active member of the Hellenic Association, Pre-Medical Honor Society, and Medical Brigades. She aspires to pursue an MD and PhD in neurology.
The Nikiforos and Vasiliki Argyropoulos Memorial Scholarship, given by Ted and Dimitra Argyropoulos, goes to Alexander Belcher.
Alex is a junior majoring in physics at SUNY Yeniso, and he has a GPA of 3.97 out of 4.0. He's repeatedly made the Dean's List and was recently awarded membership in the Psi Pi Psi Physics Honor Society. Make that Sigma Pi Sigma. Alex has held research internships at SUNY Yeniso and Columbia University's Nevis Labs, and upon graduation, he plans on pursuing the Mana Scholarship. Excuse me, the PhD in physics, pardon me.
Thank you. The Manos Mataragas Efstratiadis Scholarship, given by the Manos Mataragas and Efstratiadis families, goes to Athina Chapekis.
Athena is a senior in the honors program at Miami University, Ohio, majoring in sociology with a minor in statistical method. Athena is a member of the Alpha Phi Omega National Service Fraternity, and she spent last summer as a research intern at Stanford University's Center on Poverty and Inequality. This fall, Athena will begin pursuing a master's degree in applied social data science at the London School of Economics.
The Bousis Family Scholarship, given by Jimmy and Eleni Bousis and family, goes to Evangelia Irakleos.
Evangelia is graduating from Queens College with a BA in Communication Sciences and Disorders and Psychology. She wishes to pursue a career in bilingual speech-language pathologist and work with children with special needs. Evangelia's goals are to further research craniofacial abnormalities, travel to developing countries in need of therapeutic services, and to utilize her Greek fluency to help people communicate efficiently.
The Mistras Family Scholarship, given by the Mistras family, goes to George Evangeloudis.
George is a communications major, a marketing minor. He's a National Merit Scholar and a USC Presidential Scholar. George also serves as an Annenberg School Ambassador and works at the Donahue Library overseeing the Asian Studies Inventory. George was an American Hellenic Institute Foundation's Foreign Policy trip participant and attended briefings with politicians and ambassadors while learning more Greek and about Greek foreign policy.
The Papa John Foundation Scholarship, given by John and Mary Papa John, goes to Mary Felios.
Mary Catherine is a member of Columbia University's class of 2021, majoring in art history while pursuing a minor in Hellenic studies. Alongside her passion for art, her love for dance has led her to participate in both performing groups on campus as well as Greek folk dance groups. She hopes to pursue a PhD in Byzantine and medieval art with aspirations to curate museum art collections.
The John Peter Funtas STEM Scholarship, given by Peter and Catherine Funtas family and friends, goes to Natalie Caños.
Natalie is a junior at the University of Akron, majoring in biomedical science. She was valedictorian of her high school graduating class. Currently, Natalie is on the university's president's list and received the Outstanding Chemistry Junior Award. She's a member of the Orthodox Christian Fellowship and enjoys playing the guitar. Natalie recently accepted an offer for early acceptance at Northeast Ohio Medical University.
The Tassos F. Chronopoulos Family Scholarship, given by Tasso Chronopoulos, goes to Jordan George.
Jordan is a junior in the honors program of the James Madison College of Michigan State University. He's double majoring in political theory and constitutional democracy and economics, seeking a public service career. In 2017, he was a White House intern in the Office of the Vice President. He is Vice President of the Junior Class Council and Treasurer of the Michigan State Orthodox Christian Fellowship.
The John H. Panton MD Memorial Scholarship given by Peter J. Panton and family goes to Andrew Guanidis.
Andrew is a senior at Nova Southeastern University studying neuroscience with a double minor in chemistry and business. Andrew is the founder of two nonprofit organizations, an environmental nonprofit and the other supporting an orphanage in Crete. Andrew has extensive cancer and genomic research experience and was recently accepted into medical school. He plans to achieve his aspiration of becoming a neurologist.
The Hippocrates Scholarship given by Drs. Georgia Yakumis Spear, Dr. William Spear, and consultants in cardiology and electrophysiology goes to Irini Camarinos.
Irini is a rising junior at Regis College studying public health with a minor concentration in data analytics with plans to pursue a graduate degree in healthcare administration. Irini has qualified for the Dean's List every semester and is starting a data analytics club at Regis this fall. She would like to work in a hospital and to one day develop a program to improve the healthcare system in Greece.
The Fresh Farms International Market Scholarship given by the Zvigos family goes to Napoleon Canaris.
Napoleon is a second-year seminarian student at Hellenic College in Brookline, Massachusetts. He plans on majoring in religious studies, then, God willing, enroll in Holy Cross Greek Orthodox School of Theology for graduate school. Napoleon is a dedicated member of the community and works to serve others. He's gone on multiple mission trips and is a volunteer for a number of community organizations.
The George Koudounis Memorial Scholarship given by the John Koudounis family goes to Konstantina Karalis.
Konstantina is a junior at the University of California, Santa Barbara, pursuing a bachelor's degree in classics. She aspires to attend graduate school to receive a master's in education and teaching credential. Konstantina has made the Dean's Honor List and was chosen as a promotional speaker of a department by the faculty. She is involved with organizations such as AHAPA and the Rotary Club.
The Michael Skubas Foundation Scholarship given in memory of Michael Skubas goes to Caitlin Kay.
Caitlin is a senior at the Ohio State University pursuing majors in international studies and world politics. At Ohio State, she serves as president of Sigma Epsilon Phi, a Greek cultural fraternity. Kay also works for the Ohio House of Representatives. In the future, she hopes to pursue a career working with refugees in the international community.
The Manos Lemouris Whitehead Scholarship given by the Manos Lemouris Whitehead families goes to Elizabeth Katsalidis.
Elizabeth is a junior at Boston University, double majoring in classical civilization and ancient Greek and Latin, also pursuing a minor in anthropology. She's been on the Dean's List for the past 2 years and received an award to research Greek etymology. Elizabeth has studied classics in Athens and Rome. She's also active on the Boston University mediation team.
The Panos P. Siatis Memorial Scholarship given by Perry Siatis and family goes to Andreas Kotsifas.
Andreas is a freshman at DePaul University. He's enrolled in the Honors College majoring in accounting through the Strobel Honors Program. Recent and past achievements include DePaul's Dean's List, AP Scholar, recipient of his high school's Business Department Award. And in addition to all of that, he's a member of the DePaul's men's volleyball team.
The Papa John Foundation Scholarship, given by John and Mary Papa John, goes to Panayoti Logothetis.
Panayoti is double majoring in mathematical finance and information technology at Seton Hall University. He has founded the Hellenic Student Organization and participates as an executive board member on the Seton Hall Consulting Group and Student Government Finance Committee to boot. This summer, he will be a financial analytics intern at Johnson & Johnson, and he eventually aspires to pursue an entrepreneurial career in the financial services industry.
The Anastasia Petropoulos Georgiopoulos Scholarship, given by Anastasia Petropoulos Georgiopoulos and family, goes to Christina Macris.
Christine is a sophomore, intercultural studies major at Cedarville University. She's a Dean's Honors student, active in student-led service initiatives and organizations that build multicultural community. She also volunteers with the mission organization in Greece. Christina's dream is to work with nonprofits and businesses that empower individuals in their communities and beyond their cultural borders.
The Andreas Proimos Family Scholarship, given by the Andreas Proimos family, goes to Argyro Miliou.
Argyro is a senior at the McComb School of Business at the University of Texas at Austin, majoring in marketing and minoring in government. She's received college honors for her academic performance, as well as the Jane Harrell and Charles Curry Pierce Jr. Endowed Presidential Scholarship in Business. Argyro will continue her education by pursuing a Master's in International Relations at the University of Chicago.
The Gus S. Kapsalis Memorial Scholarship, given by Robert, Violeta, Eunice, and Constantine Bueller, goes to John Nash.
John is a third-year student at the United States Naval Academy, majoring in robotics and control systems engineering with a minor in Spanish. He's a member of the Navy varsity football team and maintains a high level of academic and athletic performance. John hopes to commission in the United States Navy as either a pilot or a submariner.
Diana and Ioannis Skarpatiotis Memorial Scholarship, given by Dr. George Skarpatiotis and family, goes to Alexandra Niforos.
Alexandra is an incoming senior at the University of Michigan, majoring in English and double minoring in modern Greek and global media studies. She's received university honors each semester of her undergraduate career. Alexandra is currently a research assistant in the film department and an executive producer for a prestigious student-run musical theater organization.
The Kozonis Hadzis Scholarship, given by Dimitrios and Grisula Kozonis and Tom and Georgia Hadzis, goes to Julian Papadopoulos.
Julianne is a senior at Elon University pursuing degrees in music and psychology. She's a presidential scholar as well as an honors fellow. During her senior year, she performed her senior voice recital and presented her honors research thesis on Rebetika and Greek identity. Her interests include baking, mentoring young fellows, and enjoying live music. Julianne hopes to pursue a career in vocal performance and music education.
The Kokolakis Contracting AEC Scholarship, given by Joseph and Anna Kokolakis, goes to Elena Patitsas.
As a civil engineering student at the University of Akron, Elena has a passion for roadway infrastructure construction. She has a leadership role on the Concrete Canoe student design team and is qualified twice for the national competition. She's a proud Greek Ionian with roots in Ithaca and Lefkada. Elena enjoys knitting, hiking, reading, and perfecting koulourakia.
My favorite. The Dakis J. Sotos Memorial Scholarship, given by Elaine, Tom, and John Sotos families, goes to Dimitri Petrakis.
Dimitri studies mechanical engineering engineering at Penn State with plans to attend graduate school. He's an honors scholar and a vice president of the Greek Club. Dimitri has completed a study abroad program in Peru and has also sailed around the world with a semester at sea. Dimitri also has an internship with BMW, and when not working, he is playing soccer or any racket sport.
Dr. and Mrs. Thomas Adams and Family Hipotrophia Award given by Dr. Thomas and Mrs. Dina Adams and Family goes to Anastasios Roumeliotis.
Anastasios is a senior at Northwestern University studying biomedical engineering. He's the president of the Northwestern University Hellenic Student Union and leader of a design team building Nasosphinx fluid occlusion device for endoscopic surgery. After graduation, Anastasios will matriculate into Northwestern University's Feinberg School of Medicine to pursue his dream of becoming a physician.
The Hellenic Foundation Scholarship given by our friends and partners at the Hellenic Foundation goes to Christina Selundos.
Christina is a sophomore at Carnegie Mellon University majoring in fine arts. An advocate for social justice and equality, Christina is using her education and passion in art to increase awareness about human rights and especially women's rights to their bodily integrity and autonomy. Her goal is to be an accomplished artist and to make an impact in society.
The Danos Family Scholarship, given by Constantine and Maria Danos, goes to Helen Tasho.
Helen is a junior studying molecular and cellular neuroscience at Loyola University in Chicago. She's been on the Dean's List every year and is a member of the Alpha Sigma Nu Honor Society, as well as an Orthodox Christian Fellowship at Loyola. She aspires to become an optometrist in order to help people preserve one of their most valuable senses.
The Nicholas J. and Anna K. Burras Foundation Scholarship, given by our friends and partners at the Nicholas J. and Anna K. Burras Foundation, goes to Nicholas Tamaras.
Nicholas is a pre-med biology student at Loyola, and he's a member of the Hellenic Student Association, a two-time winner of the AHEPA Hellenic History Competition, and a member of the Hellenic American Leadership Council. His career goal is to become a cardiothoracic surgeon. This summer, Nicholas is doing an internship at Northwestern Comprehensive Cancer Center and also interning in Greece at the Laser Vision Clinical and Research Eye Institute.
The Joseph Peter Bartzis Scholarship, given by Devanco Foods, goes to Elena Triadafilopoulos.
Elena is currently a biology and psychology major at the University of Central Florida. Elena is a mentor, tutor, undergraduate researcher, and member of Psi International Honor Society in Psychology. She holds a certificate in public and professional writing. As per Hippocrates, she believes that natural forces within us are true healers of disease, and upon graduation will pursue a PhD in psychology to focus on psychosomatic health.
The Stephen Vasilatos Scholarship, given by Dimitra and Eric Vasilatos, goes to Andrea Vasilatos.
Andreas is pursuing a Bachelor of IT and Management and Master of Cyber Forensics and Security at Illinois Institute of Technology. He's the president of IEEE IIT chapter, part of the UPE and GNE Honor Societies, Dean's List recipient, and student researcher. Mr. Vlasakos is part of the Foreign Affairs Information Technology Fellowship of the U.S. Department of State.
The Panhellenic Alumni Scholarship, raised by all our Panhellenic alumni, scholarship goes to Maria Vonardes.
Maria from Canton, Ohio, a junior finance major at The Ohio State University with minors in hospitality management and education. She's currently the executive president of the Orthodox Christian Fellowship and the executive secretary of Sigma Epsilon Phi. In her free time, Maria likes to travel and socialize with family and friends.
Two of our annual scholarships offered in perpetuity are made possible by the endowment fund established by the George Mataragis family. This donation came to fruition because one of our academic committee members, Mrs. Georgia Mitchell. The first Georgia Sfunduris Mitchell Music and Arts Scholarship goes to Dimitra Alikakos.
Dimitra is pursuing a degree in music performance, bassoon and actuarial sciences at DePaul. Among her special interests, Dimitra creates iconography. As a freshman, she was selected to play in two of the top orchestra ensembles at DePaul. Her career goal, to perform with an opera company.
The second Georgia Sfunduris Mitchell Music and Arts Scholarship goes to Eleftheria Varkados.
Eleftheria is studying studio arts at Juanita College in hopes of becoming an artist. In high school, she received an Artisan Prodroom, a national award for academic excellence in Greece. Her special interests include painting, music, and mathematics. Eleftheria also works as a mathematics tutor. At Juanita, she has been on the Dean's List every semester.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 2019 Panhellenic Scholarship recipient. So we're going to take a group photo real quick and we'll continue with just a little bit of our program that's left. Your Eminence, may we ask you to please join the group for a group photo.
Congratulations to our 2019 scholarship recipients. Know that you're among the brightest of your community students, and after today, you'll be joining us as Panhellenic alumni.
Vis anotera, which means to hire better things. At this time, we would like to introduce the chairman of the Panhellenic Scholarship Foundation, Mr. Robert A. Bueller. Mr. Bueller joined the board of the foundation in 2010 and was geniusly selected by the founder, Chris Tamaris, to lead the foundation. He was appointed chairman of the board in 2015.
Please help me in giving a very warm welcome to Mr. Bueller.
Wow, good evening. You know, we are sold out. 600 people. Actually, 618 people. So here's the bad news. We only have meals for 600. So be very nice to your waiter. Get the meal. Just kidding, just kidding, just kidding. Also, we're thrilled to have Martina with us tonight, who being our Paradigm honoree, and Martina's from Chicago. So the good news of being sold out is that Martina has about 17 tables here tonight from her family and relatives, which is also a great help. Over the past 3 years, the Panhellenic Scholarship Foundation has been dramatically transformed. This transformation, in large part, is because of people in this room. Focused on achieving the vision of our founder, Chris Tamaris, our board has taken bold, proactive steps to well-position our foundation. I would like tonight to highlight some of these initiatives and recognize some of the people who have helped greatly with our strategic transformation. First, we become more national in many ways. For instance, our scholars are less Midwest-based. In fact, tonight's class of 2019 is 50% from the Northeast, 12% from the South, 8% from the West, and 30% from the Midwest. This distribution averaged 52% from the Midwest in Panhellenic's earlier years. Additionally, our board has become more national. We recently expanded our board by adding 4 new members, 2 of which are from out of state. Ted Ardropoulos is from Maryland, and Doretta Mistras is from New York. Peter Bartzis and Perry Siantis also joined the board and are in the Chicagoland area. Could I ask these new board members to please stand and be welcomed? And we also have all board members stand and be thanked for their extraordinary work at Panhellenic. Furthermore, we also modified our advisory board to become more national. We added 10 new couples, or 20 new members to our advisory board. Here again, 10 new members are from out of state. Doretta and Georgia Halakos are from Delaware. Antonius and Sula Mistras are from Delaware. Jim and Joanne Cavaleros from North Carolina. Joe and Anna Kokolakis from Georgia. And Ted and Dimitri Ardropoulos from Maryland. Added advisory board members from the Chicagoland area are Dr. Tom and Dina Thomas, Dr. Nicholas and Melanie Chianis, Tom and Pamela Karakis, John and Effie Skubis, and Eric and Dimitra Vasilotos. Can I please ask these new advisory board members to stand and be recognized? Please, let's have all advisory board members stand and be recognized. We're excited having a more national presence with both our new board members and advisory board members. Our out-of-state board members are our out-of-state, and our out-of-state advisory board members are our ambassadors in their regions, responsible to help spread the Panhellenic word. We hope to develop new regional events for awareness via the national board and advisory board members in 2020. Their efforts are already taking hold since we have over 150 people attending tonight from outside the state. Continuing this expansion is strategic to our growth. Second, we significantly transformed the second significant transformation we've been working on over the last 3 years has been to build a sustainable donor base. If you recall, we introduced Scholarship Society 50 and Scholarship Society 100 program at last year's Gala. Fortunately, last year we had 7 S50s and 12 S100 inaugural donors pledge. As a reminder, these donors were willing to pledge 5 or 10 $10,000 scholarships for scholarships over a 5 or 10 year period, totaling $50,000 and $100,000 respectively. This concept was derived from Leadership 100's very smart, sustainable fundraising method of pledging $100,000 over a 10-year period. I know many of you here are familiar with Leadership 100. Besides these inaugural members, I'm pleased to report we have this year added 4 donors to the S50 level. Please welcome and thank Dr. Thomas and Dina Adams, Ted and Dimitra Adropoulos, Drs. William and Georgia Spears, and Joe and Anna Kogalakis. As exciting is our new level of pledging, S200. As you may recall, last year I was hoping, praying, that the S100 pledges that we fulfilled last year would continue on. Well, with God's blessing and the generous support of this special group, we have 5 donors who pledged to extend to our new level, S200. Eleni and Dimitri Bousis, John and Mary Papajan, Dr. George and Anita Skarpatiotis, Eric and Dimitri Vassilatos, and Violetta and Robert. Each of these donors have provided and will continue to provide at the S200 level 20 $10,000 scholarships. Or looking at it another way, when fulfilled, this group will contribute $1 million to the Panhellenic. At this time, if I could please ask all of our S50, S100, and our newly formalized S200 donors to stand for a round of applause. Thank you all for helping transform the donation base into a sustainable donor base. This has been a truly extraordinary transformation for us. If anyone has any questions about Scholarship Society, please ask people with these little donor pins. Our third major transformation has been to focus on helping our scholars beyond a scholarship. We introduced the theme of Beyond a Scholarship last year, and it's now our rally cry. We focus every day on how we can help our scholars beyond a scholarship. How have we done this? Well, I'm pleased to report that today we had our 3rd annual mentoring luncheon, co-sponsored by the Hellenic Initiative and Nick Alexos. Our 2019 scholars, Panhellenic alum, and other Hellenic students, as well as 14 superb mentors, had senior mentoring discussions and networking from 11 to 2 p.m. at the University Club. We were fortunate to have Maria Spirapulo as our luncheon keynote speaker. Maria is a globally recognized physicist from Caltech, one of the best, if not the best, science tech schools in the world. Please join me in a round of applause and appreciation for Maria. If you can stand and be recognized. And all of our other mentors that were also here tonight, please stand. So we seem to have the mentoring concept down well, and we will continue to expand it. In fact, we recently started regional mentoring dinners with the National Hellenic Society. Both of our foundations are greatly encouraged to do more of these events together. Still, we feel there's more we should do for our scholars than mentoring. What is a significant next step that scholars need to truly enhance their career possibilities beyond mentoring? Strong internships. We believe a good internship can lead to a good job. As such, the Panhellenic Foundation approached several company leaders and asked, would they want a Panhellenic scholar as an intern? The response was absolutely. They said you have the top of the top Hellenic students, and companies need good interns to supply their permanent new hire needs. Tapping Panhellenic scholars and alum for internships would be good for both their company and the Panhellenic scholars. Well, I'm pleased to announce tonight the following companies have agreed to work with the Panhellenic on taking on interns next summer. Thank you, John Cadunis from Gala. John was eager. He has 30 spots every year, and he wanted to take on 2 or 3 this year. We just couldn't quite pull it in, but thank you, John. He was very excited. Thank you, Joe Kogalakis at Kogalakis Contracting, John Manos at Bank Financial, Doretta Mistras at Goldman, Gus Publicus at Pepcor, Eric Vasilatis said, I'll take 3. I'll do one of Vivid Seeds, I want Magnolia Capital, I'll have Skybox. And Alex Picios also said Cinespace, and Victoire Renel with Silicon Soccer. Very exciting stuff. Can these contributors that have stepped up please stand in for a round of applause? Now here's the brilliant thought that came from our advisory board member, Joe Kogalakis. If we can significantly add to this inaugural group of companies, we may be able to place many of our current year scholars and alum with companies from across America. Once again, by doing so, our presence becomes more national. Furthermore, once a company sees the quality of the Panhellenic scholar or an alum, they will continue to welcome Panhellenic applications. Additionally, we believe these companies will donate to our organization, receiving a reliable source of good interns. Imagine Google, Morgan Stanley, Procter & Gamble, each taking 1 or 2 Panhellenic scholars into their internship programs, which are 30+ people usually every year. This will create great value for these companies and great value for our scholars. And hopefully, to Joe's point, a good corporate donor base will develop for the Panhellenic. Before I conclude, there are a few others I would like to recognize this evening. Elias Mitsakis last night had a marvelous reception in Holland Night for our awardees. Thank you, Elias. Evangeline Valentes hosted a terrific dinner for our board last night. Very nice. I'd like to recognize my fellow trustees, John Manos and Tom Sotos, for embracing and encouraging the change that we've had to face in this foundation and proactively get ahead of it. Always supportive and always there. Thank you, John and Tom. And of course, our daily strength comes from Peter Korbakis and Vivian Karaitos. Every day they calmly answer the phone when things aren't so calm. They do a marvelous job and leading up to this event, which is a tremendous challenge. To conclude, I hope you are now better informed on how the Panhellenic has been proactively and strategically transforming to keep improving. As you may have concluded, and as you can tell by the people I've asked to stand and be recognized, most of our progress comes from people in this room. It comes from the hearts of the people in this room. From your strong belief in education excellence, helping achieve it, and rewarding it. It comes from your kind generosity and active involvement, your belief in investing in exceptional youth who have worked hard, have strong Hellenic values, and will continue to achieve, just as so many of you in this room have. On behalf of my fellow trustees, our board, thank you for believing in the Panhellenic, and thank you for supporting our significant transformation over the last 3 years. It is an honor to serve you.
Thank you, Mr. Bueller. At this time, we will turn to the Paradigm Award presentation. Every year, the Foundation honors a distinguished Greek American whose career and accomplishments are a testimony to the Foundation's mission, and is an example for our scholars and all of us to follow.
For the presentation of the Paradigm Award, it is my pleasure to introduce Mr. Tom Sotos, Secretary and Trustee of the Panhellenic Scholarship Foundation.
Welcome, everyone. First off, please give another round of applause to our 2019 Scholarship Awards. Welcome, all of you, for being here, distinguished guests, Your Eminence. I am humbled, honored, and thankful to the Board of Directors, fellow trustees John Manos, and Chairman Robert Bueller for bestowing upon me this amazing opportunity to present this year's Paradigm. This part of the program was always the apex of the Gala for Bishop Amaras. Knowing how the Paradigm honoree can greatly influence our new scholars, he took great pride in presenting this award. As our founder once said in his presentation of this award, the entire point of the Panhellenic Scholarship Foundation is to encourage successive generations of young Greek Americans to strive, to achieve, and to bring credit to themselves and to all of us. In addition to the hard work needed to achieve, we are also beneficiaries of learning by example, or by paradigma. This is why Chris Tamaris chose to call this award the Paradigm Award. The Paradigm Award honors the best of the best in our Greek community, not only for the professional success they have achieved, but also for upholding the values and ideas of their Hellenic heritage and serving as inspirational figures of our scholarship recipients. This year's recipient of the Paradigm Award is an individual who is a paradigma of what can be accomplished if you dare to dream big, work hard, and not be afraid to follow your dreams down an unexpected path. She is best known for her renowned success as an attorney and as a major player in the world of professional sports. Entering her 23rd season with the National Basketball Association, she is a trailblazer who serves as the Chief Operating Officer of the Sacramento Kings. She is also the only female in the NBA to hold the title of both Chief Operating Officer and President of Business Operations. As a woman in a male-dominated business, Martina desires to pave the way for other women in sports. Martina emphasizes mentorship or paradigma as a key element of her own success. She once said, "When you can see it, you can see a path towards it." On a personal level, Martina will tell you that her greatest accomplishment has been building a successful marriage to her amazing husband, Sotiris Kolokotronis, and having 3 beautiful children, Constantine, Marissa, and Nicholas. Even while taking the NBA by storm and rising to heights unimaginable, Martina and Sotiris made certain that their children would experience life as Greek Americans and raise them to uphold the values and ideals of their Hellenic heritage as her parents did for her. This year's Paradigm recipient has well surpassed what our founder envisioned as a paradigma for our scholars. I can go on for hours trying to describe Martina's amazing life journey, only to fall short of fully telling her story. So at this time, I ask you to turn your attention to the screen and invite you to learn more about Martina Kolokotronis in the following presentation.
Martina Kolokotronis had the drive for success instilled in her from an early age. Her parents left Greece in the 1950s in pursuit of the American dream. With little education of their own, they were determined that their 4 daughters grow up to become successful professionals. At that time, the sign of a successful woman was finding a husband. But Martina challenged that norm and continues to rewrite the rules today. Martina had a traditional Greek-American upbringing. Her father, Nick Romas, was born in Bastani, and her mother, Kathy, was born in Vunot, outside of Tripoli. They met in Chicago, married, and started a family. Like many Greek-American immigrants, they found success in the restaurant business. Martina and her sisters grew up in Oak Park along with countless uncles, aunts, and cousins. They all attended Plato School and Assumption Greek Orthodox Church on Chicago's West Side. Summers were spent in Greece visiting their grandparents and even more uncles, aunts, and cousins. Martina's family was very politically active, and from a young age she attended Democratic rallies and fundraisers. Politics is still one of her greatest passions. After graduating from high school, Martina attended Loyola University, Chicago. It was then that she reconnected with a childhood friend from Greece, Sotiri Kolokotronis, who had become a real estate developer in Sacramento. It wasn't long until they were engaged, and their wedding reception was held in this very home. Martina moved to Sacramento, where she attended McGeorge Law School and began practicing law. She and Sotiri also started a family of their own. In 1992, they welcomed their first child, Constantine. 2 years later, their daughter Marissa was born, followed by their son, Nicholas. Martina's career with the Sacramento Kings started 23 years ago when the Sacramento Kings reached out to her to negotiate a player contract. Despite not having any sports law experience, she jumped at the chance. Over the last 22 years, Martina has climbed the ranks of the Sacramento Kings. She currently serves as the team's chief operating officer and is the only woman in the NBA to have held the title, as well as president of business operations. Her leadership was integral to the development of the award-winning Golden One Center, the most technologically advanced and greenest arena in the world. Martina's work extends beyond the Kings and into the community, where she is a dedicated mentor and advocate for numerous women's advancement groups and nonprofits. The Panhellenic Scholarship Foundation is proud to present the 2019 Paradigm Award to Martina Kolokotronis in recognition of her outstanding
On behalf of the Panhellenic Scholarship Foundation, the entire family, it is my honor and pleasure to introduce the 2019 Paradigm Award honoree, Martina Kolokotronis.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Robert. and thank you to the entire Panhellenic Scholarship Foundation Board. To be receiving this award in Chicago is truly an honor for me. To the students, congratulations. So proud of what I heard up here. It's really meaningful for me to receive this award here in this hall. My husband Sotiri and I actually got married here 33 years ago. We definitely danced on some tables and broke some dishes, but we're okay with the management right now. If somebody had told me that I would be receiving this prestigious award today, I would have said, no way, not me. Like many of you here, I am the proud daughter of immigrant parents. My father, Nick and Kathy, came from Greece many years ago and migrated here. We grew up in a very traditional Greek family. My earliest memories were piling into the family car with my cousins and my sisters, there was about 11 of us, to go to Plato School. At Plato School, we learned about our heritage, about our tradition, we learned how to speak Greek, we learned how to write Greek. It was all Greek. It was really important to my parents. They came to this country without an education and without money, that we be educated. There was one single problem with that, me. At Plato School, I was not a very good student. I was close to Miss Psychology for all the wrong reasons, our principal. And my second grade report card, which I still have, it's my favorite report card, it says, she talks too much and wanders. They were not ready for a 7-year-old curious Martina. Needless to say, my mother was beside herself. She was convinced that I was going to be illiterate. So she built the village. My Uncle Tom, who's here today, was my tutor. My sister Elaine did most of my homework. And everybody pushed me along. My father, being, wanting to take it one step further than my mom, used to say, you're gonna get an education and you're gonna be a lawyer. And I used to say to my sisters, are we becoming lawyers because we're gonna get better Greek husbands? Because it doesn't make any sense to me. As a result, I'm happy to say, I got the law degree, I got the Greek husband, Okolokotroni nonetheless. And I also got a one-way ticket to California, which wasn't so bad. In California, Suditi and I started a family of our own. Constantine, Marissa. Nicholas is not here today. He's traveling to Greece. He's going to be studying, working on his Greek and on his brefa, very important in our family. And one about our business. In 1996, when Constantine was 3 and Marissa was 18 months, and I was 6 months pregnant with my third child, Nicholas, I got a phone call. It was Jeff Petrie of the Sacramento Kings, and he said to me, do you read and write Greek? I said, yes. He said, are you a lawyer who can negotiate contracts? And I said, of course. He said, we want to hire you. We've drafted a Greek player. We need you to negotiate his contract. I stopped and I thought, oh my God, Greek school and law school is paying off. Mind you, I was 6 months pregnant, and I just didn't hesitate. It was such a tremendous opportunity, and being bold and curious, I just jumped on it. That phone call changed my life. 23 years later, I have been blessed with an incredible career in the NBA. I've negotiated contracts, I've traveled everywhere. I've actually had the pleasure of working to save a team through relocation, which is unheard of. We've built an iconic arena, and we've actually revitalized the city. I would like to say that none of this would be possible without the village that surrounded me. I am grateful for my Greek roots and my heritage, and my parents, and my mom, and my sisters, And of course, my husband, who is a saint, and my 3 children, and all our family and friends who helped me achieve my dreams and my goals today. So as I look out to the crowd, I want to tell the kids here to build your foundation, to be bold, and to be curious. It is that my dream that one day I'll return to this hall and one of you is receiving this award. So thank you very much. I'm honored.
Congratulations to our 2019 Paradigm Award winner for such an amazing career and for being such a shining example for our recipients, as well as for Christina and me.
And we've just received word that a few special guests have sent in congratulatory messages for Martina, so let's find out who they are.
There's really no one who's made more of an impact in the world of sports and entertainment here in the Sacramento region than Martina. And Sacramento really loves their Kings, and I attribute a lot of that to the work of Martina Kolkatronis over so many years. Well, of course, she's also part of this incredibly vibrant Greek American community that we have in Sacramento, and it really would not be the same without her.
I want to congratulate you on this honor and for representing yourself and your family and everyone else at the highest level.
Congratulations, Martina. You are so deserving of this wonderful award. All I can say is that you are a great mother, you are an industrious worker, and you worry about developing the careers of the people around you as you have skyrocketed to the top. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Martina. I'm so happy for you to receive the Paradigma Award. I'm so proud of you, what you've done, in the Sacramento community, but also in the Greek community. Good luck and looking forward to see you again.
Congratulations, Martina, on being the recipient of the Paradigm Award. We're very proud of you for all that you've done, not only for your family, but for others in the Greek community.
Congratulations, Martina. It's an honor well deserved.
Congratulations. We love you and enjoy.
Congratulations, Mom. We're so proud of you. There's no one more deserving in this world. Despite the fact that Dad's the one with the accent, you're the reason we speak Greek. Thank you for always instilling such a strong Greek heritage in us, and we're really excited to be here.
You dragged us to Greek church, you took us to Greek dance, and you took us to Greece every single summer growing up. And you taught us to never forget where we came from. So thank you for that. I love you. Nobody deserves this award more than you. Congratulations.
Thank you so much for those special messages.
And at this time, we welcome John Manos back to the stage to present the Scholarship Society Fulfillment Awards.
That was beautiful. Congratulations again. Tonight we recognize individuals who are truly dedicated to education and Hellenism. These individuals have successfully completed their Scholarship Society Scholarship 100 pledge of donating $100,000 over a 10-year period.
πάντα σαν δυο παργανιές, κοντούλες και μελάχρινες της αγάπης μου το κήπο.
Μιλίτσα μου για μίλα μου, κλίτσα μου, τι σου κάνα εγώ, τι μου κάνες εσύ, έλα καμιά ναι με το βιολί.
όλα αγκαλιάζει ο ουρανός. Σε συζητά δίχως γιατί και όχι αδικά, όπως κοιμάσαι στα στενά παλιά λαδάδικα. Έγινες φήμη και γι' αυτό δεν φυλακίζεσαι. Ζεις στο σκοτάδι πάστρικα, μα δεν ορκίζεσαι. Τα πίστα κόκκινα σατέ που σε τυλίγουνε, άσπρη και σερδική καρδί σε καταπίνουνε. Σε κατερρεί μια ξενύχτας υγρα λιθόστρωτα, στου πληρωμένου παραδείσου είναι αυρόπορτα. Για να ακούσω όλοι μας το ξέρουμε και τόσα χθες στα λαδάδικα πουλάνε αυτό. Κάθε καμάρα γελεί με και το θάνατο μου δεν θέλει να κάνω. Άκουσα πως όταν πίνεις αναφέρεις το όνομά μου μαζί και μες στο πιωτό σου ό,τι ψάχνεις να περιμένει ώρα και με τραβάς σε καμπαρέιρο. Με παίζεις στη ρούλετα και με κάνεις σε ένα παραμύθι ευνιάδικο.
The Hellenic Heartbeat has been covering this event for many years, since its launch. And we truly believe in the efforts of Mr. Tomara and his vision and mission. We've seen a tremendous outpour of support tonight from the Hellenic American community toward young people and students. And we hope that they take that as an example and do good for their community in the future. We are very happy to be here tonight in support of the Panhellenic Scholarship Foundation Gala 2019. I'm Anthi Mitrakos for the Hellenic Heartbeat.